If your view is decent, I can come up for like 2 seconds.
Oh, you think you can come up, eh?
Look at you just wooing me with your Gatorade. Why are you so intense?
You say, hey, you know, why are we chatting outside? I'm actually pretty hungry. Let's go up to your place. Let's order some pizza.
What up, Casanova? Today we're going to be doing a real life footage breakdown, also known as an infield breakdown, to use some old pickup jargon. Real world application is where it's at, and I find that this is one of the most effective and inspiring ways to see concepts and principles in action, aside from witnessing them in person, of course. So today I'll be breaking down some clips from an interaction that was filmed in Toronto on a quiet side street of the popular nightlife district of King West. Roughly 3-4 a.m. at the end of the night. I had approached a girl who was walking home after a night out, and the clips in question capture the end of the interaction. Now, if you want full uncut real life footage breakdowns as well as access to all my other coaching resource material, you can learn more about it in the description below. All right, strap in and enjoy. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and hit that motherfucking notification bell so that you know when I put out new videos. Right now, my plan is to release every Thursday, but that can change and more days might be added. Anyway, stay in the loop. Now let's get into it.
Where do you live?
Casa Loma area. If your view is decent, I can come up for like 2
Oh, you
seconds.
think you can come up, eh?
Yes,
Not a chance.
to sip Gatorade and look at the view.
Maybe talk to me tomorrow, but yeah. Good try.
Look at you just wooing me with your Gatorade.
I don't have any woo power. I'm going to
Okay, we should hang out another time.
Okay. Well, you can
Under-
message me and maybe we can hang out.
Okay, wait, let me get your number.
Okay.
So I can, hold on 2 seconds before my phone dies.
Is that a blackberry?
It is.
Who are you?
It is. Wait, did you say blue? What is your number? Do you remember my name?
Nope. What's your name?
It's Vadim.
Vadim. Are we getting Gatorade or what?
Wait, no, I better, hold on. I was gonna get coconut water, but they don't have the one.
Oh,
no.
okay. That's right.
Okay, let's get real coconut water during the day another time.
Okay, so we're approaching the gas station and we're passing by her place. And, I mentioned, this is me testing the waters here. I mentioned, well, if your view is decent, I guess I can come up for a few seconds, being very, presumptuous here, just leading, also using a little bit of humor. I'm testing the waters, saying, all right, what am I working with here? And in my mind, I can't allocate more than, 10, 15 minutes to this interaction. I really should get home. It might not be that easy to invite myself over. It might be a process. I know what I might have to go through in order to get back to her place, if it's even possible. Sometimes, a girl will just put her foot down and like, no, it's not gonna happen. So, I'm kind of testing the waters, and then she's like, no, let's go get some Gatorade. I make this joke, look at you just wooing me with your Gatorade. This is just an example of flipping the script, showing her as the aggressor. But anyway, I realize, you know what, this is not a good idea. This is going to take some time. I'm not going to, it's unlikely that I'll be able to quickly get into her place, in which case I'm like, what am I going to be showcasing here? Yeah, I could have gone to the gas station, but it was implied we were already going there. Anyway, I'm just like, you know what? I don't see a point to this. And so I'm slowly kind of I'm basically thinking, all right, I have to kind of disengage from this interaction and leave. Now, a couple of things. So first of all, notice that, I get her number just for the fuck of it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll follow up. Maybe I won't. It's like, whatever, I'll get the number. For the footage, for the courtesy, for the odd chance, I want to follow up and make something of it, even though I mentioned I had other things going on, and so it would not be a priority. We didn't even build that much rapport, but sometimes it doesn't matter. You can build 5 minutes, 10 minutes, have a 10-minute interaction at night, and it can still go somewhere, especially if you use audio messages or video messages, or just in general, you might have made an impression on the girl. So I don't want you to think that I'm not following up because this isn't necessarily a strong lead. It might be an okay lead. It's just I had enough on my plate. But yes, if you have a 5-10 minute interaction at night, still follow up. Follow up with all interactions. So I get her number. Now, you could tell she still wants to get the Gatorade. Okay, you could tell she's kind of upset that I'm abandoning the interaction. She wanted to spend more time with me. You could tell she's kind of not hugging me back. Anyway, I decide to go for the makeout anyway to release some tension. I just felt like it.
Oh, that's intense. Good luck.
What is?
I'm just kidding. You take me seriously.
Why are you so intense?
Okay, Gatorade.
All right. Ciao.
Now, I decided to abandon the interaction, but I want to say that if circumstances were different and I had more time and I wanted to see this through and see if I can get back to her place, this is how I could have followed through. This is what I would have done and what you can do if you're in a similar situation. Because her saying, she was very invested, okay? And her saying, oh no, you think you're coming up? You're not coming up. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It can mean something, but don't jump to conclusions. That's generally what a lot of girls will say. Their default MO is not to just invite guys that they just met off the street in. They want to feel more safe, more comfortable. They also don't want to come off slutty, be judged, do something that they might regret. Maybe they like you and they're worried that if they sleep with you too soon, you're not going to call them back. Girls have this misconception that if a guy sleeps with them too soon, that the guy's going to judge them and not call them back. What a lot of girls fail to realize is that, whereas girls need generally, this is a generalization, whereas girls generally need to feel more attracted and connected to a guy in order to sleep with him, guys don't necessarily need to feel as much of a connection and sometimes even as much of an attraction for girls in order to sleep with them. So you certainly don't have the same standard, okay, like physical attraction standards that you would have for a girl who you want to see regularly or make your girlfriend than you have for a girl that you might sleep with once. So sometimes, guys will sleep with a girl because they're attractive enough to sleep with for the night, but then they drop off because they're not as attractive enough, or maybe the vibe is not the best, and girls assume, it's because I slept with him. Sometimes they assume that. Anyways, so she could be worried about letting a guy up to her place for all kinds of reasons. She might be on her period. She might not have shaved. Her apartment could be a mess. And she doesn't want to get off on the wrong foot with a guy she just met who she might like. Whatever. There's all kinds of reasons. Now, you don't know until you push things.
Hey, what up? It's me again. Just having a cocktail here. But I wanted to quickly interrupt to, one, make sure you're paying attention, and two, to let you know that everything you're learning here is directly and indirectly related to building your dream dating life. And just overall a life that is healthy, Win-win and on your terms. Now, when you're done the video, I recommend you take a few minutes to go to the link below where you can watch a very entertaining and informative video on what steps you need to take to begin your very own transformation. If you're up for it, that is. I guess you first need to ask yourself, and pardon my French here, but do you want to fuck lots of hot poon, or do you want to fuck lots of hot? As well as find love, discover the meaning of life, and become a self-developed, self-respecting man. Okay, end of pep talk. Back to the video. Go check out the link below when you're done, or I will personally call your mother and have her force you.
Now you don't know until you know, until you push things. Why? Just for the sake of it, to see if you can extend the fun, if you can hook up. So what I would have done is I would have, had I had more time, and what you can do in a situation like this is you go to the gas station, you get some Gatorade, you buy something else, you shoot the shit, you go outside the gas station, you build more rapport, you make out, okay, you chat some more, and then maybe you say, hey, why are we chatting outside? Let's, I'm actually pretty hungry. Let's go up to your place. Let's order some pizza. Okay. Let's order some food, whatever. Okay. It's like, we're hanging out. Why don't we just go up outside and maybe take the lead and maybe even start walking towards her place? Assume that it's on. You live here? Okay, cool. Maybe say, just don't do anything crazy. Like, you're not going to kill me, are you? Now, if there's some form of hesitation or resistance, you see what you can do about it, right? And there's different angles you can take depending on what the girl is expressing. She might take a more practical angle, like, no, I don't feel comfortable, da 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 da. You might say, listen, it's okay. What do you mean? Here you can give your friend, my name or my number. You can make her feel more at ease. Like, what am I gonna do? So you can kind of take the more practical, inject some humor. Like, I'm not gonna murder you. Generally, you'll have something more like playful resistance. No, it's not a good idea. I can't let you up. The best way to deal with this is charm, humor, flipping the script, saying, no, she's the potential aggressor. Also, like, hey, it only makes sense that we go up. Are you worried something bad is gonna happen? Do you not trust yourself around me? So it's okay. I'll keep you in check. Okay, we'll keep a healthy distance on the couch. We're just gonna go up and watch infomercials. And you can do this while holding her. Now this creates a nice juxtaposition. You can do this while holding her, while stroking her hair, while holding her hands. Physically escalating a little bit, but not much. So it's like you're hinting at the possibility, but you're also saying something to the effect of, no, this is not going to happen. And it's almost like a playful way of putting her at ease. And not just that, but letting her know that you're not going to judge her. It's like we both kind of get what's up. It's like, don't worry, you're safe with me. I'm not going to judge you. You could smell her, you can kiss her neck, so you can arouse her more. So you're building comfort, you're arousing her more. At the same time, you're putting her at ease. You're putting things into perspective. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to steal? Here, take a picture of my ID, send it to your friend. Rule out all the options. You can even say things like, hey, by the way, we should just hang today. Like, I don't want to do anything. I like you. I hope you don't think me going up there means anything. Okay, so another form of flipping the script. And see if you can make it up. I wouldn't advise that the entire time you're trying to push to go inside. That's not in good taste, and that's going to come off aggressive, and that's going to scare her off, leave a bad taste in her mouth. You're trying to, move things along, but if there's some resistance, you kind of address the resistance, but at the same time, you change topics and you talk about something else and you build rapport, and then you come back to that. Like, wait, so we're still on the street. I don't know why we're doing this. We could easily be doing this on your balcony or on your couch. It's certainly more comfortable than on the curb. Do you like being a street dweller at 5 a.m.? Make some kind of a joke as to why it makes sense to go up. Come on, let's go and let's get some pizza. So you make several attempts. And you're gauging it, right? Is she still comfortable? Does she still want to hang out with you? It's not like she's trying to get away. If she's still there, she clearly wants to hang out with you. She's just worried on some level about what might happen. You could also say things like, look, if you're on your period or whatever, or you think this is a bad idea, like I'm not here to try to have sex. And you don't necessarily need to try to have sex. Okay, that's another thing I want to stress. You could just spend some quality time with the girl, build more rapport, hang out at her place, grab some food, maybe even stay the night. Maybe the following night she's going to be down to have sex. Sometimes girls are like that. They don't want to do it at night, maybe when they're drunk or they don't feel the best or this or that, whatever it is. And then during the day and then the next morning, they want to do it. So it's almost like let go of the outcome, see how far you can take it for the sake of curiosity and for the sake of adventure, but don't force this idea of having sex with her, thinking that you need it. It's like, it would be cool if, let's see if I can, right? But you're just connecting, you're extending the fun, and potentially this becomes a much better lead. You can even say something like, I need to use your bathroom. Are you really going to make me pee on the street? Look, the girl, like I said, wants to hang out, wants to potentially even have sex, but she wants to feel safe, not judged, potentially not lose you if she thinks you are a good lead on her end, like this can turn into something. So as long as you kind of calibrate all that, and you're letting her know you like her and all that stuff, generally she will let you up, but not always. Honestly, it can go either way, 50-50, but you do what you can. It's like sales. People generally want to be sold to, especially when it comes to a product that they likely need. They just want to feel good about their decision. They don't want to be taken advantage of. They don't want buyer's remorse. They don't want to feel like they're pushed into it. Okay? They want to feel like they're eased into it, like that they have the freedom to choose, right? So that if she invites you up, it's okay if we don't have sex. You can even say that, hey, look, I'm not necessarily trying to have sex with you. You can even say things like, would it be cool? Am I attracted to you? Obviously, it's undeniable. And you smell good, right? But it doesn't need to happen tonight, okay, if that's what you're thinking. So you can call out exactly what she is thinking about. Okay, that shows that you're very understanding. Also, you want to leave the girl, if you do go through with it, and if, you sleep with her and all that, you want to, I'll have to make a separate video on this, but you want to leave the girl feeling like it was a win. Again, it depends what you're dealing with on your end. I'm not saying you have to stay and you have to stay the night, or you have to let her stay the night. At the very least, if she's staying at your place, for example, call her an Uber. You call her an Uber. That is the gentlemanly thing to do, especially if you like her. You can text her, hey, it was cool hanging with you. Okay. This is a bit of a gray area. I'll have to make a separate video on exploring all this because it's highly nuanced. Sometimes it's even good to let girls know that, like, hey, it was fun, but I'm not going to pursue this. Sometimes it's not appropriate to do so. I'll make a separate video on this. Otherwise, it might confuse you. But at the very least, calling her an Uber, texting her good night. Sometimes I'll let the girl stay over. So it's, especially if it's this big mission to go back to her place and get dressed, and it's just so much easier for her to pass out, I'll let her stay there. Okay, but you want her to feel like it was a win. You don't want her to feel like she was, used. Okay, now, yes, everybody enjoys sex and no one's necessarily getting used, but girls are dealing with a lot more than guys, and they attach a lot quicker than men. And so it's more delicate. It's more delicate. They're certainly worried about being judged and the guy dropping off and, taking advantage of them and disrespecting them and all that stuff. All right, man. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this content and that it really helps you make some moves in the right direction. Sincerely, because everything I teach, I have lived and breathed and contemplated ad nauseum.
unlike a bunch of these cookie cutter life coach clowns out there that regurgitate some shit they read in a book and call themselves experts. With that in mind, if you want to go deeper, if you want to really know what it takes to become the kind of guy that can confidently attract and manage relationships with quality women on your terms and in a way that is healthy and honest, no scummy or gimmicky shit here. And if you generally want to live a life of truth, freedom, love, courage, and adventure, then as Tom Cruise famously said in Jerry Maguire, help me help you, and go click the link below. There's a very entertaining and informative video that will shed some light on how you can get started. Do it, or you will forever perish into the dark abyss. But seriously, go check it out. Let's kickstart this journey of personal development together and help you reinvent yourself into a sex god.